Our Aussie quicks were on fire.
Just an incredible day of Test cricket, Tracy. It was hard to keep up with all the highlights. 36 runs, that is all the Indians could manage in the second innings. Their lowest ever total in Test cricket. Pat Cummins kicked off the day with a wicket in the second over before a brilliant juggling catch from our own debutant Cameron Green sent danger man Virat Kohli packing for just 4. Josh Hazlewood then cleaned up the tail, finishing with tremendous figures of 5 for 8.
We were expecting a real dogfight right to the end, late to day 4 and maybe day 5 in this test, but again shows the talent we've got with the ball.
Needing only 90 runs to win, Joe Burns guided the Aussies home with a half-century to take a 1-0 lead in the series. Boxing Day is next. We'll have an update on David Warner's fitness and more highlights from an astonishing day in Adelaide.
I'm still
Tracy.
shaking my head at those scores. All right, Josh, we'll see you soon. Thank you. KO, David Warner has been rushed to Melbourne. As
if the Indians didn't have enough to worry about, Tracy, the Aussie power hitter is being prepped for a Boxing Day return as his under-fire partner silences the critics. Hannah heats up ahead of a special milestone. And ain't no mountain high enough for these Olympic hopefuls.
After 4 decades of world firsts, Mitsubishi brings you an Australian.
Welcome back. Aussie quicks Pat Cummins and Josh Hazlewood have ripped through India's batting lineup in a stunning display of pace bowling. The tourists blown off the park for just 36, the lowest test total in 65 years. A half-century from Joe Burns guiding Australia to an 8-wicket win.
A night watchman on borrowed time. Jasprit Bumrah's departure came as...
With focus now switching to the Boxing Day test, David Warner has been forced to make a hasty exit from Sydney due to the COVID cluster. Cricket Australia rushing Warner and Sean Abbott on a flight to Melbourne to ensure they won't be stranded by potential border closures. They'll quarantine for 3 days before joining the squad. Warner is an outside possibility to play the second test, but is still recovering from a groin injury. The Hobart Hurricanes have moved to the top of the Big Bash table thanks to a 6-wicket win over the Renegades. After a horror start, the Gades fought back to set the Hurricanes a target of 157 with half-centuries from Riley Russo and Sam Harper.
Oh, look at that. Stand and deliver.
But Ben McDermott was up for the challenge, sending a message to the Australian selectors, smashing 89 from just 55 balls.
Good is that? It's even better.
The Canes getting the job done with 14 balls to spare. Hannah Green is 2 shots off the lead, chasing a fairy tale finish to 2020 in the season-ending LPGA Tour Championship. The world number 25 hasn't had a top 10 finish this year, but nailed 5 second-round birdies to move into 4th.
For birdie and the co-lead, get to 7 under par, Mary Browd. How about this performance?
Usually back home in Perth in December, Green is hoping for a timely present to celebrate her 24th birthday tomorrow.
Yeah, it's quite strange to actually be in an event, and I'm also planning on driving back to Orlando, so it's about a 3-hour drive, so I'll just mainly be by myself. But I mean, if I had a trophy in the seat next to me, I'd be very, very happy. So we'll...
Fellow West Aussie Minjee Lee remains in the hunt, tied for 16th at 3 under par. Faster, higher, stronger. That's the Olympic motto, and there's no activity that fits those ideals more than sport climbing. It will make its debut next year in Tokyo, and a young local is hoping to climb his way to gold.
These athletes are...
Sport climbing, another one of the unique additions of Tokyo this year. Tracy, how do you think you'd go?
It's going to be, very poorly, but it's going to be a very different looking Olympics, that's for sure. All right, Josh, thank you very much. Our top selling